Dr. David Sinclair, a world-renowned scientist in aging and genetics, is celebrated for his groundbreaking research on how environmental factors, particularly diet, impact lifespan and cellular health. While he's best known for his work on genes and longevity molecules, Dr. Sinclair has zeroed in on a silent enemy hiding in plain sight in our modern diet's sugar. In a recent talk, he dropped a bombshell. It's not opioids, not alcohol. Sugar is the most dangerous addictive substance because it's fully legalized and sneaks into nearly every bite we take. So what really happens when you overload on sugar? How does it wreck your body? What are the red flags that you're in trouble? And why should you care? According to Dr. Sinclair, cutting sugar ASAP could be a life or death decision. Let's dive into the 10 clearest warning signs that you're eating too much sugar, backed by Dr. Sinclair and top scientists worldwide. Ignore these at your own risk. They could cost you your health, quality of life, and even years off your lifespan. Sign 1. Your taste buds are numb. At a health conference in New York, Dr. David Sinclair held up a fast food burger and quipped, "This isn't bread, it's cake masquerading as savory food." The crowd laughed, but the truth was chilling. When you eat too much sugar, your taste buds lose their sensitivity to natural flavors. You start needing sweeter foods to even register sweetness. Suddenly, wholesome foods like grilled steak, steamed broccoli, or fresh strawberries taste bland and boring. You find yourself craving sugar-packed salty or fatty foods. Think burgers, sugary lattes, or syrupy sodas. Over time, you don't even notice the hidden sweetness in processed foods anymore. You're hooked on sugar without even realizing it. Sign 2. Constant sugar cravings. A more obvious but widespread sign is an unrelenting urge for something sweet. Dr. Sinclair explains that sugar doesn't just trigger dopamine, the brain's feel-good chemical. It hijacks your nervous system like a drug. Eating sugar gives you a quick high, but within minutes dopamine crashes, leaving you empty and reaching for more. This isn't about weak willpower. It's a biochemical cycle programmed into your brain by repeated sugar spikes. Worse, this pattern often starts young. Finish your veggies and you get ice cream. Sound familiar? From childhood, we're taught that sugar equals reward, wiring a near unconscious habit. Dr. Sinclair warns that the issue isn't just self-control. Some people are biologically more prone to addiction, just like with alcohol or drugs. When your taste buds are dulled and your brain is hooked on fleeting dopamine hits, sugar dependency becomes inevitable. Sign 3. Weight gain, especially belly fat. When I see belly fat, I don't see a cosmetic issue. I see an endocrine system in chaos. Dr. Sinclair said on a health-focused TV show, weight gain, particularly around the midsection, isn't just about extra calories. It's a direct result of chronically high insulin levels triggered by sugar and refined carbs. When you eat sugar, your blood sugar spikes and your body pumps out insulin to shuttle that sugar into cells. But when this happens day after day, insulin loses its effectiveness. Your body cranks out more and more to cope, leading to insulin resistance, the precursor to type 2 diabetes, fatty liver, and a cascade of metabolic disorders. Fructose, a key component of table sugar sucrose, is processed only by the liver. When overloaded, the liver turns excess fructose into fat, visceral fat that wraps around your organs and bulges around your waist. It all starts with a treat-yourself habit that leaves lifelong consequences. Sadly, most people don't realize their liver is fatty or their insulin is skyrocketing until diabetes or heart disease strikes. Sign 4. Bloating and gas. Another common but often ignored sign is bloating or gas after eating, especially after sugary foods, refined carbs, or processed snacks. Dr. Sinclair explains that your gut microbiome is your body's first line of defense, and sugar is its wrecking ball. Eating too much sugar doesn't just feed you, it fuels harmful gut bacteria. These microbes multiply out of control, producing gas toxins and throwing your gut's balance into disarray. The result: bloating, sluggish digestion, poor nutrient absorption, and over time, a risk of leaky gut syndrome. When your gut lining is damaged, undigested food particles can slip into your bloodstream, triggering inflammation, allergies, fatigue, and weakened immunity. Dr. Sinclair stresses that cutting sugar isn't just about weight loss, it's about saving your immune system and digestion. Sign 5. Fatigue and energy swings. You're not lazy, your body's being sabotaged by sugar. Dr. Sinclair once shared, many people experience energy highs followed by crashes, especially after meals, and assume it's normal. But Dr. Sinclair says this is a hallmark of unstable blood sugar. When you eat sugar, glucose floods your blood and insulin surges to clear it. But then your blood sugar plummets, leaving you sluggish, foggy, or even irritable. So you reach for more sugar, a soda, a donut, a sweetened coffee to fix it. This creates a vicious cycle of fake energy, spikes, crashes, and more cravings. Dr. Sinclair calls this a sophisticated addiction, mistaken for hunger or low blood pressure. Long term, it disrupts your energy regulation, strains your adrenal glands, tanks your productivity, and leaves you exhausted even after a full night's sleep. Sign 6. Tooth decay. Of all sugar's harms, this one's the most obvious, yet often brushed off. Sugar is the primary fuel for mouth bacteria, which produce acid that erodes enamel and causes cavities. Dr. Sinclair often cites studies showing that in communities free from refined sugar, cavities are virtually non-existent. Even without toothbrushes or toothpaste, these groups had pristine dental health until processed foods, sugary snacks, and sodas entered their diets. Within years, cavities skyrocketed. Ever notice a sticky film on your teeth after eating candy? That's not your imagination. It's a real biological response. Sugar's damage to your teeth is a visible warning of what's happening inside your body. Sign 7. Muscle and joint pain. If you have mild arthritis and keep eating sugar, you're pouring gasoline on the fire. Dr. Sinclair warns. Sugar doesn't just cause external inflammation, it fuels a slow-burning fire inside your entire body. When this inflammation reaches your joints, you feel aches, stiffness, and reduced mobility, the foundation of chronic conditions like osteoarthritis. The problem is, people rarely connect sugar to joint pain. They pop painkillers instead of addressing the root cause. Dr. Sinclair cautions that relying on meds without lifestyle changes is like silencing a smoke alarm while the fire rages on. Chronic inflammation doesn't just cause pain, it's a leading driver of heart disease, stroke, Alzheimer's, and most modern degenerative diseases. Sign 8. Acne and premature aging. Ever wonder why some 30-year-olds have wrinkled, dull skin? Dr. Sinclair points to sugar as a likely culprit. When sugar binds to proteins in your body, it forms toxic compounds called AGE's advanced glycation end products. These wreak havoc on collagen and elastin, the proteins that keep your skin firm and youthful. The result: wrinkles, sagging, and loss of elasticity long before middle age. Beyond skin, glycation damages every organ: kidneys, heart, brain, eyes, accelerating whole-body aging. Dr. Sinclair's advice: want to stay young, Start by slashing the sugar you eat daily. No need for fancy creams or cutting-edge beauty tech. Just stop poisoning your cells with sugar from the inside. Sign 9. Frequent illness and weak immunity. Every time you eat sugar, you're knocking out your immune system for hours, Dr. Sinclair reveals. If you're constantly catching colds, battling sore throats, or picking up every bug going around, sugar could be to blame. Glucose and vitamin C compete for the same transport pathways in your body. When you overload on sugar-glucose hogs, the ride blocking vitamin C from reaching the immune cells that need it to fight off bacteria and viruses. This is especially risky because humans, unlike most animals, can't produce their own vitamin C. If you're low on vitamin C and flooding your system with sugar, you're crippling your body's defenses. Dr. Sinclair puts it bluntly, you're not weak. You're disabling your strongest shield without even knowing it. Sign 10. Worsening blood markers. The most dangerous sign is also the sneakiest because it's invisible, deteriorating blood markers like glucose, HbA1c, and insulin. Dr. Sinclair calls these the earliest, most accurate red flags that sugar is attacking you from within. Here's what to watch. Glucose, your current blood sugar level. HbA1c, your average blood sugar over the past 3 to 4 months. Insulin, how much insulin your body needs to keep blood sugar stable. The catch, your glucose and HbA1c can look normal for years because your body is overcompensating, pumping out extra insulin to manage sugar. But sky-high insulin is a ticking time bomb signaling the onset of insulin resistance, the first step toward diabetes, fatty liver, and metabolic chaos. Dr. Sinclair warns that skipping insulin tests means missing your body's earliest SOS signal. The bottom line, sugar is a legal drug and it's killing us. If a substance causes addiction, disrupts hormones, weakens immunity, and raises your risk of blindness, stroke, and kidney failure, why is it sold everywhere like a treat? Dr. Sinclair's question isn't meant to scare you. It's a wake-up call. Sugar, especially added sugars like sucrose, high fructose corn syrup, and artificial sweeteners, is the most dangerous legal addiction of our time. It's no accident that quitting sugar is hard. It's not because you're weak. Sugar hijacks your brain, spiking dopamine and tapping into the same reward pathways as alcohol, nicotine, or drugs. It takes over your brain's pleasure center, builds habits, and fuels endless cravings that never satisfy. For many, especially those with sensitive biology, genetic predispositions, or a childhood steeped in sugary foods, the only way out is to quit sugar cold turkey. Like alcohol, there's no just a little for some people. A single cookie or soda can reignite the addiction. Dr. Sinclair emphasizes a truth society often ignores: not everyone can moderate, and that's not a flaw. Some can handle small amounts of sugar, but for others, one bite triggers a full-blown cycle. If you're in that group, cutting sugar completely isn't just smart, it's the only way to protect your long-term health. Clearing up the confusion. Natural versus added sugars. A dangerous myth is that your body needs sugar for energy. Wrong. Your body needs glucose, which you can get from natural sources like whole grains, potatoes, or fruit. Added sugars, sucrose, high fructose corn syrup, are a mix of glucose and fructose is the real villain. Unlike glucose, fructose can't be used directly for energy. It's processed only in the liver, and excess amounts turn into visceral fat, fueling fatty liver, insulin resistance, and a host of deadly diseases. In short, your body needs glucose, not fructose, and definitely not the industrial kind. Take control now. Dr. Sinclair's message is clear: sugar isn't just a treat, it's a slow poison. The 10 signs above are your body's cries for help. From dulled taste buds to creeping blood markers, every signal is a chance to act before it's too late. Cutting sugar isn't about willpower, it's about breaking a cycle designed to keep you hooked. Start small, swap soda for water, ditch sugary snacks for whole foods, and watch your body thank you with better energy, clearer skin, and a sharper mind. Your health, your lifespan, your future. They're worth it.